Good afternoon. My name is Patty, and I created this channel, Life Uncomplicated, to help people from a mental well-being, mental health point of view. And the topic I wanted to discuss today is sleep. Now, sleep seems to be on a lot of people's minds. I hear about it from a lot of my clients. They either are having difficulty sleeping, difficulty falling asleep, staying asleep, sleeping at all. And I also have clients who I've worked with who have either drastically reduced or stopped taking sleep medication once we've worked together for a while. And I'm not suggesting that anybody do that. I am suggesting, however, that that is a possibility. So why would that be a possibility? What is it that I have to share that would help people sleep better? Well, here's what I see about sleep. I used to not sleep well. I used to have a hard time falling asleep, staying asleep. I would get very little sleep sometimes during the night. And what changed for me was I heard somebody, I don't know, on a podcast or webinar or something. I don't know what it was. But they said the words, or at least the words I heard were, my body knows how to do this. And I thought, huh, that's just true, right? Like my body has always known how to fall asleep. I've been on this planet for 55 years, and for 55 years, my body has known how to go to sleep. Without my help, I might add. And so, what keeps me from falling asleep on the nights I don't fall asleep well? Well, usually it's because I'm up in my head thinking. I'm thinking about something that happened in the day, or I'm thinking about something that happened in the past, or I'm thinking about something that might happen in the future. And I'm just, shaking the snow globe, shaking the snow globe, shaking the snow globe. And tossing and turning and trying to go to sleep. And here's what I've noticed about trying to go to sleep. It doesn't help. There's a difference I've noticed between trying and doing. And what I've noticed is that if I'm trying to do anything, it usually means that I'm thinking about it, not actually doing it. And doing looks like not thinking, just doing, right? But in the case of sleep, there's nothing I have to try or do to fall asleep. This is built into the system. My body knows how to do it. Now, I've had people say to me, well, I think my body's forgotten how to do it. Well, maybe. But has your body forgotten how to beat your heart or filter your blood or breathe your lungs? I guess it's probably not. Even if you've held your breath a lot of times, your body still probably remembers how to breathe your lungs, right? I think what happens is we just innocently get in our own way. We innocently don't realize how much we're using the gift of thought against ourselves as a weapon in that particular case. We have innocently forgotten that our bodies know how to do this, and there's nothing we need to do. In fact, the less we do, the better off we are, right? Because if you think about that moment between being awake and being asleep, it happens in an instant. And if you reflect on it, you will realize that you didn't actually do anything for that momentary switch between awake and asleep. Like you could be awake thinking, I'm never going to get to sleep. This is never going to happen. And the next thing you know, the alarm is going off, right? Or if you've ever woken up at or not been able to get to sleep and you're like, oh my God, you look at the clock. If I fall asleep right now, I can get 4 hours of sleep. If I fall asleep right now, I can get 3 hours of sleep. Right? And that thinking, that extra shaking the snow globe, is what's kind of preventing the body from doing what it knows to do. So, what I share with people is the thing that I remind myself on the nights that I cannot fall asleep well, or I'm not falling asleep well, let's put it that way. I get comfortable and then I remind myself, my body knows how to do this. And there's something comforting and quieting about just remembering that, oh yeah, my body knows how to do this. The intelligence behind life that created me knows how to put me to sleep. And there's nothing I need to do to get there. And 9 times out of 10, I fall right to sleep. On that one time I don't, it's usually because I just haven't given up the ghost of shaking the snow globe, to be very honest with you. There's something in my thinking that I think is really important, much more important than going to sleep. But eventually, I do. I fall asleep. And I do sleep much better than I have in the past, just coming to that realization. So I thought I would come out and share that with you. If you have difficulty falling asleep or staying asleep, or you're trying everything in the book and it's still not working, or it works for a little while and then it stops working, there might be a reason for that, right? Like I've heard of people using meditation tapes, or Insight Timer is an app that people use, and I've done that too. I've put, I'll put music on the TV and I'll listen to music or the sound of waves or whatever. And I used to do that in an effort to put me to sleep, as if something outside of myself was the reason I wasn't falling asleep. So I needed something outside of myself to put me to sleep. What I was innocently not realizing was it was something inside me that was keeping me from sleeping. It was my own innocent misuse of thought. It was my own innocent shaking the snow globe that was keeping me from falling asleep. Now I still put things on. I'll put music on the radio, on the TV or whatever, but I do it because I have tinnitus, which is like a ringing, roaring in the ears. And when it's really quiet, it's all I can hear. And I tend to focus on it, and then I think about it, and then I judge it, and then I get into shaking the snow globe about it, what it means about having this tinnitus. So having something in the background like music or a TV show or something just kind of blocks that roaring, ringing ear, thing in my ear, so that I can just kind of tune it out. But it's the tuning it out. It's the tuning it out and realizing that there's nothing I'm doing to put myself to sleep. Whatever's on the TV is not putting me to sleep. What's putting me to sleep is the intelligence behind life, the system. There's a kindness to this design. It knows what it's doing, and I just do my best to get out of the way. So, yeah, that's what I had to share with you today. I hope it resonates. I hope it's helpful. Give it a try. You have nothing to lose. Play with it. Start to notice that going to sleep actually has nothing to do with you. And it's possible, what I'm suggesting is it's possible that anything that you do to try might actually be standing in the way. You have nothing to lose, right? It might even work out for you. So anyway, that's what I had to share today. If you have a comment, I'd love to read your comments. If you would like to reach out to me directly, I will put my email in the link below, the comments below, and you can feel free to reach out anytime. Other than that, my friends, I hope you have a good week, and I will talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.